Picture this: a gleaming $400 million Boeing jet, handed to the President of the United States by a foreign country. Sounds like a generous gesture, doesn't it? But when that country is Qatar, a nation with allegedly deep ties to Hamas, and the plane is set to become the president's personal property after his term, the story takes a darker turn. This isn't just a gift, it's a controversy that raises serious questions about ethics, geopolitics, and whether President Donald Trump is accepting a bribe in plain sight. Let's break it down into three parts: the plane itself, the ethical and geopolitical mess, and the broader implications for America. Make sure to stick till the end. Imagine a foreign country handing the President of the United States a $400 million private jet, wrapped in a bow, and calling it a gift. Sounds like a sweet deal, right? That's exactly what Qatar did, gifting President Donald Trump a shiny Boeing 747-8 to serve as the new Air Force One. The White House is thrilled, calling it a symbol of friendship and a win for American taxpayers. But hold on, this free plane comes with a massive catch. It's not ready to be Air Force One. It'll cost billions to fix up, and after Trump's term, it becomes his personal jet. Let's start with the plane itself. The Boeing 747-8 is a beast, sleek, luxurious, and built right here in the USA. It's the kind of jet you'd expect to see ferrying billionaires or royalty, not your average traveler. Qatar says they're giving it to America to strengthen ties, and the White House is eating it up, saying it saves us money. Who wouldn't want a $400 million plane for free? But here's the problem. This jet isn't anywhere close to being Air Force One. It's like getting a sports car with no engine and being told it's ready to race. Air Force One isn't just a fancy plane. It's a flying fortress, packed with secret tech, bulletproof defenses, and systems to keep the president safe in a crisis, like a missile attack or even a nuclear war. Representative Joe Courtney, a Democrat from Connecticut, laid it out plain and simple. To make this plane Air Force One, you'd have to gut it completely, rip out the insides, rewire everything, add military-grade gear, and rebuild it from the ground up. That's not a quick fix. It's a total overhaul, and it's going to cost a fortune. How much? Try billions of dollars, all coming out of taxpayers' pockets. Back in 2018, Boeing signed a $3.9 billion deal to build two new presidential planes, designed specifically for Air Force One's needs. Qatar's $400 million jet? It's a drop in the bucket compared to that. It's like someone giving you a half-built house. No plumbing, no wiring, no walls, and saying, "You're welcome." The real cost comes when we have to finish the job, and right now, there's no clear plan to pay for it. So much for a free gift. This plane is starting to look like a shiny, expensive trap, but the money isn't even the worst part. Here's where it gets wild. When Trump's term ends, this plane doesn't stay with the Air Force. It's headed to the Trump National Library, which means it becomes his personal property. Picture this: a former president cruising the skies in a $400 million jet, paid for by Qatar and upgraded with billions of your tax dollars. It's not just unusual, it's unheard of. Air Force One is a symbol of America's power, not a private toy for an ex-president. The idea of Trump using it for personal trips feels wrong, like he's cashing in on the presidency. This setup makes you wonder what's really going on. Why would Qatar give away a $400 million plane? They're not just being nice. Countries don't shell out that kind of cash without expecting something back. Maybe influence, maybe favors, maybe a friend in Washington. The White House says it's all above board, but critics aren't buying it. They're calling this a slick move to buy goodwill. And when you add in the fact that Trump gets to keep the plane, it starts to look less like a gift to America and more like a perk for one man. Think about what this means for the future. If Qatar can give a plane that ends up in Trump's backyard, what's next? Could another country offer a yacht or a private island, all in the name of diplomacy? A president's job is to serve the country, not to walk away with a billionaire's prize. This plane may look like a gift, but it's wrapped in red flags. So here we are, stuck with a $400 million jet that's not ready to fly, a bill that could hit billions, and a plan to hand it over to Trump when he's done. Qatar's generosity is starting to feel like a puzzle with missing pieces. What do they get out of this? And why is the White House so quick to say yes? This plane might soar one day, but right now it's grounded in a mess of questions that demand answers. Why would Qatar, a country with a complicated relationship with the United States, give such a lavish gift? The answer lies in their geopolitical playbook. Since 2012, Qatar has funneled $1.8 billion to Hamas, a terrorist organization responsible for killing 1,200 Jews in Israel. The US condemns Hamas, yet here we are, accepting a luxury plane from one of their biggest backers. Ethics experts are raising red flags. Dr. Linda Carter, a government ethics professor, calls this unprecedented, warning that it risks turning Air Force One into a private perk for the president. The timing doesn't help. Trump's recent Middle East trip was less about diplomacy and more about business, according to analysts. During the trip, Eric Trump announced a $5 billion golf course deal in Qatar and plans for an 80-story Trump Tower in Dubai. The Trump family is cashing in on the region's push to diversify from oil and gas into industries like AI and real estate. Critics, especially on the left, are calling this a blatant conflict of interest. Some have even dubbed the plane the Air Force One whorehouse, a harsh jab at what they see as selling out the presidency. When your family is striking billion-dollar deals with the same country that gifting you a jet, it's hard to argue this is just diplomacy. This plane isn't just a shiny object. It's a symbol of a deeper problem. Qatar's gift sends a confusing message about U.S. foreign policy. We condemn Hamas, but we're cozying up to their benefactors. Dr. Amir Khan, a Middle East analyst, says Qatar is playing a long game, using gifts like this to buy influence in Washington. And with the Trump family profiting from deals in the region, it looks like they're succeeding. Senator Elizabeth Warren grilled a Pentagon official about this, asking how we can justify accepting a plane from a country tied to terrorism, especially when it's headed to Trump's personal library. The official called it unconventional, but legal. Warren's response? Legal doesn't mean ethical. Some defend the deal, arguing it saves taxpayers money and strengthens ties with a key partner. But the optics are terrible. A president accepting a luxury jet from a country with ties to terrorism, while his family rakes in profits, looks like a bribe to many Americans. Congress could demand transparency, but without a clear legal violation, the deal is likely to go through. The White House has stayed silent, which only fuels the controversy. This story leaves us with big questions. Is this plane a gift to the nation or a payoff to one man? The American public deserves answers. Right now, we're left with a $400 million jet, a president under scrutiny, and a nation wondering if our values are for sale. This isn't just about a plane. It's about trust, integrity, and what we expect from our leaders. As this unfolds, one thing is clear. At 40,000 feet, the view is murky. Tell us what you think in the comment section below. With that being said, that's all for today's video. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button and turn on the post notifications so you don't miss any future updates. See you in the next video.